This massive abandoned mansion has been called a lot of things, but the name that keeps coming up, JFK's mansion. That's exactly what I was told before filming, that this estate was once tied to the Kennedy family. But here's the thing, after digging deeper, I couldn't find any solid proof connecting the home to JFK himself. Still, the rumor hasn't gone away. Locals, explorers, and even other creators have branded this place with a presidential legacy. So today, we're exploring it for what it is, a $7 million abandoned mansion, frozen in time, with the power still on, and a story that might be even more interesting than the myth. Let's connect what we know with what's still unknown and figure out who really lived here and why they left. Let's explore.
Alright guys, so we finally are inside of JFK's abandoned mansion. I'm in this main room right here, and this is kind of, well, I don't want to say the main attraction of the main attraction, but this room is kind of everything, and I wanted to make sure I could see it with enough daylight. So without further ado, let's go check out some of the rooms that are a little bit darker right now before we lose light, because a lot of this place has power, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that. So let's explore. So we're not gonna really go in any particular order. Let's just start walking through the rooms. A lot of them are completely empty, so it's really just the design of this architecture and the history of this place that we're looking at. But like, look at this, this is insane. I can turn my light on here and we can get a much better view. This chandelier has to be worth like tens of thousands. This is crazy. And look at the curtains on the window. And guys, let's just take a quick look at the fireplace and the mantle here. I think that's a marble design. Look how elegant this is. This is crazy. Even the lights on the wall. Look at the eagle on it. Wow. All right, let's push into the next room. And it looks like this one has power. Yep. Oh my gosh. This was the kitchen. Holy shit. Look at the cabinets.
Old bottles of wine that still have wine.
Oh, that's crazy. That's insane. You don't think there's still water? Well, no, obviously. That's crazy. Honestly, smaller cooking area than I would have thought. I wonder if there's another kitchen.
Me too.
There might be. Did you even look behind us yet?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, so let's come out of the kitchen and let's just go take a step in here and see what this room is. Wow, looks like another entry. We were actually just in there. That's where the fireplace is that we just saw. But look at this again. The design is just out of this world. I've never seen an abandoned house or mansion, and I've been doing a lot of these lately, that looks anywhat like this. Alright guys, let's push down into this hallway now. And it's quite moldy on these walls. I was not expecting that. Looks like it's just starting to develop. Let's go in here. Oh yeah, okay. So this was the central kitchen then, 100%. It's a little dark in here. Wow. Look at this oven is even still on. And the stove, that's crazy. Bake. Oh yeah, no, wait, off. Okay, we don't want to touch that, because that'll probably work. We don't even have to open the fridge. The fridge is already open for us. But look at this. This was probably the pantry. Yep. Okay, we can open this fridge though. Let's break the rule. Well, it smells like crap, but at least there's nothing in there. That's crazy that the oven is still on. Hopefully no one comes in and turns it on and just leaves it on. This whole place could go up in flames. Across the way is this other room right here, but there's nothing in here. That chandelier is quite enticing to look at though. Look at the design on it. Old rusted leaves. Looks like it's decaying itself. Well, we took a look at the circuit breaker and everything is on in here already. So, assuming that most of the lights that don't work in here are just dead bulbs, because that, by technicality, should turn on. Anything? Are we set? What'd you find?
I found some non-alcoholic New England Macintosh.
I'll give you $5 to drink it right now.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. No, I want to keep it actually. I want to save this for a special day.
Check this room out. The laundry room, unless there's a different room somewhere, is just hidden back here. I know, there's nothing special about this like at all. Like you can even walk back there, but should we break the rule, or at least make our own rule about opening a, what is this, a dryer? Washer.
I guess they didn't really care about the help
Nope.
at the Kennedy Mansion.
No, they didn't. At least this isn't very gross, but honestly, this laundry room is pretty laughable. Doesn't look like they change their clothes very often. Okay, so we took a second look, and if we come into the room adjacent to that little laundry room, this was probably the room belonging to the help. So that laundry room was probably not the central laundry room. That's probably upstairs somewhere. This was more of just a guest room, but again, for the help.
Heading down to the Kennedy's basement.
To the Kennedy's basement we go.
Oh, it's creepy.
Alright, let's see if there's anything down here. Doesn't really look like it, honestly. It's like a little shelter, if anything. We have some electrical, some wiring. But that's about it. An escape hole.
Secret tunnel.
A nice secret tunnel. Anything? No. This just goes up and out.
So I just look down there and it just keeps going and going.
Can I get your light? I really won't be able to see in there.
It's not very good.
I know. Well, you can't tell anyway. It just keeps going. We can't even see the end of it. All right, so there's not too much to this basement. I think we can probably head back up. We just wanted to check it out because it was at the end of this hallway here. But the main entry, I guess you could say, you know, there's like 40 entrances here, is where we're gonna go next. And that is arguably the nicest space in here. All right, guys, so my flashlight died again. It seems to be a trend nowadays, but Lucas let me borrow his. We're gonna come out into this main space if you were to walk through the front door. And I'm just gonna open up here and just show you everything. We'll turn back around, but I wanna go over to this area first and look at this chandelier, because this is insane. This has to be worth an incredible amount of money, and it's just sitting here. I don't know why. It's starting to get really dark out, so I'm going to turn the night mode on and still use the flashlight. But we're going to go into this room right here, and this looks like it could have been potentially a central dining room or living room, but it looks very grand. And these cabinets tell me that they may have had china or something on it, so I'm going to guess probably the dining room. Of course, we have to have a fireplace. And I'm gonna drop my light as I get closer to the windows, because this is the front side. But this is just insane. It's all overgrown out front. Alright, so I think it's finally time to go head upstairs. Again, I'm going to keep the night mode on for a bit, just because of how dark it is. But let's go on up, and I really don't want to shine my light on this side of the house as much as I can. But I'm just going to keep filming because this is just incredible. I wish it was a little earlier, but no complaints. Back in we go. Wow. I really don't want to use my light up here that much, so I'm just going to walk through this on somewhat of a quicker side. It looks like there's less detail to cover up here, but again, I mean, everything's just been removed from here. It would have looked way different when JFK still lived here. Look at this room. Those curtains are gorgeous. It honestly looks like the room right below us that we first walked into, basically. With another beautiful fireplace and mantle. How awesome is this place, guys? Alright guys, this is what it looks like when night mode is not turned on. Big difference. And we do get a better view of the pool here. I don't know how many more views of this we're really gonna get. Night mode on. Flashlight on. This bathroom is incredible. Wow, look at that chandelier, dude. Holy moly, and these curtains are crazy. What do you think? You're just hiding in the corner back here.
And purple.
Oh my gosh.
That's really cool.
That's so beautiful. This is the first one that looked like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. And look at this. This is something else right here. Wow. Yeah.
That's a crazy shower. I've never seen one like that.
I think it's kind of crazy. This mirror doesn't have a speck of dirt on it or dust. Nothing. Like, it's so clean I can just see my fingerprint. And I'm gonna assume that none of these probably work. Oh, dude. Yeah. No way.
Dude, you see how much fucking closet place that they have in there? So much closet space.
Damn. How much closet space do you need? Guys, for comparison again, I'm going to turn night mode and my flashlight off, and we're going to walk in and see what it looks like with the lights just on now. This is insane. I guess the one thing I didn't really try was this. That's crazy. What about this one? What do you guys think? Comment right now. Is it going to turn on or no? I'm going to say yes. 3 of them are turning on. Yes, but only 1 of them are turning on. Comment if you got that right. Alright, this is the other side of that stairwell. And again, I don't want to light up the front too much, so I just want to show you guys a quick glance. And then kind of the same deal over here. I'm going to drop the light at least for a second. Look at this. A little sunroom. And I bet that overlooks the pool. Yep. Look at that. Incredible. I wonder if this works. I doubt it. Oh. Everything's turning on now. Empty bedrooms. Kind of what I expected from the upstairs. It's not quite as intricate. Let's see if the bathroom is nice / has working lights though, because it very well may. Ta-da! Everything's turning on, dude. Wow, what's this?
It's weird.
Alright, before we go join Lucas up there, I'm gonna drop the light, and I wanna go walk through these last few rooms on this wing of the house. Another, well, I don't wanna say bedroom. Those cabinets are kinda telling me otherwise. But let's see what this is. Is this just a closet? It looks like it. So it probably just was a bedroom then. And no chance, but let's just see. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Not even worth showing you guys. What's over here? The floor just became carpet. Much quieter to step on. Is this a bathroom? Yeah. Wow. Look at this. Look at that curtain and that shower head. Insane. I almost missed it. But this is a roll call machine with a name still on it. They're pretty faded and kind of hard to read. Oh, you can see it this way actually. Guest room, Andrew's room. Guest room, reception, library. Alright, let's take a look into the room on my right. It looks like it's just another bedroom. Out of curiosity, let's see if this light turns on though. Makes it a whole lot brighter in here. The picture totally changes. Yeah. I really don't feel bad turning on lights. We're gonna turn them off before we leave. All of them. And most of these lights were on anyway. Let's step into this room now, and looks like it's just about the same. Nothing crazy in here. Probably just a closet. And I'm gonna assume same thing in here. Alright, so we have one final part of this house to check out, or this mansion I should say. And that's this upper portion.
Wow. Drop ceiling?
Did you go up here yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Let's see. Huh.
What?
Holy. This is so different from anything that we've seen so far. What in the world?
Oh, dude. This is like a conference room or something.
You think so?
I mean, look at the projector.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. This is probably just storage. It's so hot up here. I'm already sweating. It's only been like 5 seconds, too. But we just have to check in every corner, because you really don't know what you're going to find in here. Now let's go across. I'm going to assume this is probably just storage as well. Completely empty, but this is totally different from anything we've seen so far tonight. Yeah. Do you think this does anything? No.
Oh, it does.
It does?
It does, it does, it does.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just had to try that. Alright, we have to figure out how to turn all the lights off. So we'll get back to you guys once we started just clicking these all off. Don't want a fire to start or anything bad to happen in here. And right out into the front. And this is what it looks like with night mode on. Look at those drapes covering that front door. Oh, I didn't walk in here. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I did. This is probably one of the cooler rooms. These curtains are insane. And it's almost backlit by this flashlight. This is such a cool room. Definitely one of my favorites. Just because we tried it with all the other lights, let's see if this does anything. Nope. That's completely out. But look at this. Another really nice fireplace. The mantle's a little bit more bland, but it's still, I think, marble. What if I just spin around and just show this view? Look at this, guys.
Alright guys, Lucas and I are gonna get out of here. We're sweating like pigs and we're hungry as heck. So this is gonna conclude the video. Now, the one thing that kind of stinks is we did not find a chair, not a single chair in the entire place. But, and you may have guessed it, in this video, we are gonna do a chandelier of the episode. This one right here at the front entry is gonna be our chandelier of the episode. I mean, this place is like, you try to find words to describe some places like these, and it's just like, this should be a historical site, not just like destroyed and left like this. Hopefully they can sell it or renovate it and one day get up and going again, and hopefully people can live here. But for now, it's just being left to decay. But we are blown away, literally. Like, there's not much to say besides, like, I want to go back and learn more about this president and learn more about what the Kennedys actually did, because we know quite a bit. But, you know, to actually walk through a place like this, where that whole family would have walked for years.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
So the legacy continues. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. What do you have to say?
Peace.
No, let's explore.